Good morning. This is Oscar SAMPOU reporting to you live from the Brick Arts Media TV studio in downtown Brooklyn. Welcome to the show. Today we are going to discuss an issue that by very nature is deeply disturbing, and given the volume of the nature being what it is, of this problem, it is safe to say that the situation by very volume, is institutional in nature. What we are going to discuss at this time is the problem of sexual abuse within the body of the Roman Catholic Church. 10 years ago, the Vatican spent $1 billion settling sexual abuse cases out of court. There seems to be an institutional and insidious movement within the Catholic Church to keep this in such a manner that the public does not have full disclosure, not only of what is happening, but the degree to which it is happening. The primary problem that I have with this concern is the fact that the Catholic Church as a parish and as a social culture and a spiritual culture has failed to examine the issue of why it is that these men have failed to psychosexually develop and they have failed to psychosexually evolve. Over the last 25 years, I have met 3 people, 2 females and 1 male, who were sexually abused when they were attendees of the Roman Catholic Church during their childhoods. All 3 are presently married. They went out into life. They met parties of the opposite sex, and they procreated. It seems like the evolution of their lives was smooth and very simple. But to this very day, they are tarnished by what happened to them. It is important to bring out that the transition is not always that smooth, and it does not always have a happy ending. As I have shared with you in other episodes of this broadcast regarding other topics, a child's mind is like a sponge. You have to be very careful what you say and do in front of children, and you have to be careful how you say and do what you do in front of children. Because at some point in the future, particularly if it is something pejorative or negative in nature, it is going to manifest, and quite often the manifestation of that is not pleasant. We as a population of people need to take a stand and demand that this concern be brought forward. What comes to mind to me when I think about it is something that is written within Scripture, and that is that judgment would start in the church and it would work its way out into the street. The primary reason that judgment will start in the church and work its way out into the street is not because of the transgressions of parishioners, but because of the transgressions of the leadership body itself. The Vatican, which has vast wealth and vast power, over the decades has worked relentlessly for people not to have an understanding of what it is that is taking place. And subsequently, as a result of that, a very large number of people are departing the Catholic Church. At one point in my life, I was an attendee of the Roman Catholic Church. I no longer am, but if I was presently there, I would have very serious concerns, and I would have questions that would put me in a state where I would have to deeply examine my own objectives and motives. Because the problem, by very nature, is too vast in volume and width to be regarded as something that is not of major concern. What is occurring within the Catholic Church is reflective of other aspects of our society and the manner in which, as time passes, we are in a state of spiritual decomposition. We have to keep in mind, as Christians and other denominations, because ultimately they are all interwoven and interconnected, He did not tell us before His Day of Atonement that things were going to be attractive. And as we can increasingly see, what He has said is coming to fruition. The fact that you don't believe something doesn't mean that it's not real. He is who He says He is, and as He says something, it is eternally written, and it is going to express itself according to His divine timetable. We have a lot of work to do within the future as it relates to spiritual development, not only of ourselves, but also of the external world and one another. It's very important that we listen to what we're being told and we incorporate it into our lives, and we strive and work very hard to bring it into existence so that we have pleasurable responses from Him, and He is pleased with our actions. He is abundant in His concern for us, and He is infinite in what He shares with humanity in regards to love and spiritual endowment. I will speak with you shortly. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you. And please, by all means, stay hydrated. It's hot out there. I will speak to you soon. God bless.